Universidad Católica Santiago de Guayaquil, Faculty of Medical Sciences, Nursery Career, San Vicente de Paul. Topic: Mutation and Riboflavin Responsive Exercise Intolerance. Subject: Technical English. Student: Adriana Domínguez Peñafiel. Definition: Riboflavin is a type of B vitamin. It is water-soluble, which means it is not stored in the body. You must replenish the vitamin in your body every day. It is important for body growth and red blood cell production. It also aids in the release of energy from protein.
Lifestyle medicine is the use of lifestyle interventions directed at the treatment, management, and prevention of disease.
Hey folks, Dr. Keel here, and I want to take a few minutes to talk about riboflavin and its potential health benefits. Riboflavin is a water-soluble vitamin, also known as vitamin B2, that is typically included as part of a vitamin B complex. The name comes from the term ribose, which is a type of sugar, essentially, and flavin, which means yellow. Riboflavin is essential for the proper development and function of skin, maintaining the lining of the digestive tract, healthy blood cells, and many other functions. It's needed to break down carbohydrates, protein, ketones, and fat, and it also makes it possible for oxygen to be utilized properly by your body. It has many potential benefits.
Application in nursing. Control the average level of the daily consumption. Take insufficient to meet the need of nutrients. The best way were the daily requirement of the essential vitamins on the balanced diet and contain a variety of food.
Riboflavin. This B vitamin works as an antioxidant to help fight free radicals, particles in the body that damage cells. It may also prevent early aging and the development of heart disease. And riboflavin is important for red blood cell production, which is necessary for transporting oxygen throughout the body. Several studies suggest B2 can help stave off migraines, but more research is needed to be sure. And be careful, while sunlight does the body good, ultraviolet light reduces the riboflavin content in food sources. You should purchase milk, for instance, in opaque containers in order to keep this vitamin from breaking down. Get it from almonds, wild rice, milk, yogurt, eggs, Brussels sprouts.
Pros and cons. Pros: may prevent migraine and headaches, antioxidant, anemia, anticarcinogen. Cons: precursor of flavin adenine denoted FFD. The factor or electron transfer for protein and electron transfer for protein ubiquinone oxidant reductase.
Riboflavin, vitamin B2, is required for energy, for healthy skin, and the prevention of cataracts. Hi, I'm Dr. James Machino. You know, riboflavin, or vitamin B2, is a yellow-green fluorescent pigment. That's why when you take supplements that have fairly high doses of B vitamins, your urine becomes very bright yellow. That's actually proof that your body absorbed the vitamin, processed it, and then the kidneys filtered some of it, either as an end product of metabolism. It ends up in the urine, and then you see this bright pigment, which makes your urine very bright yellow. But absorption of vitamin B2 increases from 15% to 60% if you have it with meals. And that's true of most nutrients or most supplements. If you take them with meals, the absorption is significantly better. For vitamin B2, from an empty stomach, 15%, have it with a meal, 60% absorption, much better with a meal. The functions of vitamin B2, it's required for energy production in every cell in your body. It's also required for the body to make a very important antioxidant known as glutathione. So glutathione is a premier cellular antioxidant, but it's also an important detoxification agent in the liver. So this is another important role for B2. It's also required for synthesis of steroid hormones in the body, for red blood cell production, and it's required to activate vitamin B6 and the B vitamin folic acid. In other words, if you were to get folic acid from food or supplements, or B6 from food or supplements, but you didn't have enough vitamin B2, the body can't convert those other vitamins into their active form. We've seen this before in people that have certain types of anemia where they have a low level of folic acid or B6. Giving them folic acid or B6 doesn't reverse the anemia until you give them vitamin B2 as well, because it activates those B vitamins and then they can play their role in the body in all the metabolic reactions they're required for. Deficiency states of vitamin B2, common ones are things like chelosis. Chelosis means very vertical, a lot of vertical cracks in the lips. Nasolabial seborrhea. Seborrhea, flaky skin in around this nasolabial fold, an inflamed mouth and tongue. Supplementation studies with vitamin B2 shows that it's very important for prevention of migraine headaches, to help manage cataracts and prevent them, for aphthous ulcers or canker sores. So what I suggest you do is you click on the link below to read the article. Make sure that you're ingesting optimal amounts of vitamin B2. It's a very important vitamin. And to learn how to use it as a supplement, the right doses for various health conditions that you may be challenged with.
Insert application in Ecuador. Comparative study of riboflavin contained in the brand of ring flour marketing in the kit.
The process of enriching flour begins with the grain seed. The seed consists of three parts: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. Now the bran is the outermost layer of the seed, and it's high in fiber, protein, and vitamin B. The germ is the embryo of the seed, and it's very high in protein. It's also high in fiber and vitamin B as well. The germ has a fat content of about 10%, so it can reduce shelf life. Ding, ding, ding. Key phrase, shelf life. You know where we're going here. The endosperm is the largest portion of the seed, and it's high in carbohydrates, and it does have some protein as well. Now we're going to look at the macronutrients and fiber content in each of these three. These numbers are based on 100 grams of each. Take note of the protein and the fiber content in the bran and germ. They provide some really good health benefits. Now that we've looked at the seed as a whole, it's time to get to the processing part. And what's the first rule of food processing? You guessed it. Take out the healthiest parts. So the bran and the germ are removed, and all that's left is the endosperm. Nice. And the question is, why? Well, manufacturers do this for improved texture, appearance, and of course, longer shelf life. Once the endosperm is isolated, it's ground into flour, and 5 of the nutrients are added back in. Take a bunch of nutrients out, add some back in. Makes the whole process sound so natural and delicious, doesn't it? Oh, and by the way, the fiber and the protein that were lost from removing the bran and the germ, they're not replaced. Bottom line, enriched flour is not the healthiest choice. 100% whole grain, whole wheat, flour, or bread are going to give you the most nutritional value. And that, it be the truth.
Conclusion. My opinion is that vitamin B2, riboflavin, is essential for many functions of the body. That is, which is very important to consume and size. It has many benefits for our body.
Have you been eating enough of your essential vitamins? What do you mean you don't know? Let's talk about how much you need to be eating so you can make sure that's what you're getting. Let's see if you're adding enough vitamin B2 in your diet. This B-complex vitamin is also known as riboflavin, which our cells use as a series of coenzymes to break down fatty acids into energy to produce compounds such as vitamin A, niacin, vitamin K, and neurotransmitters. It's also used not only to make, but to activate vitamin B6 in our bodies. So you better hope you're consuming enough of this. The recommended daily allowance for adult females is 1.1 milligrams per day, and for males, it's 1.3 milligrams per day. So that's how much you should be getting. There is no tolerable upper intake level for this vitamin, so it's probably not that easy to reach toxic levels, but nobody said it's impossible, so you still don't want to be too careless with consumption. Here's what you can eat to get what you need. 100 grams of pan-fried liver contains 263% of a male's needs and 311% of a female's needs. 100 grams of white raw mushrooms contains 31% for males and 37% for females. And 100 grams of fruity low-fat yogurt generally contains about 12% for males and 15% for females. But you're not limited to these foods, you know, because there are definitely other tasty sources of riboflavin out there. When you're deficient, it's called ariboflavinosis, which is usually associated with other deficiencies of vitamins. There are many symptoms of ariboflavinosis like sore throat, muscle weakness, cracks or sores on the outsides of the lips, inflammation of the mouth and tongue, and moist, scaly skin. There was a study of 154 pregnant women which showed that those who were riboflavin deficient were 4.7 times more likely to develop high blood pressure, protein in urine, and significant swelling, which could progress to maternal and fetal death. Who's at risk at being deficient in riboflavin? Alcoholics with poor diets and anyone with diseases that can interfere with the absorption of riboflavin. What happens if you get too much? Well, you could get bright yellow urine. So yeah. Why is it so hard to find a toxic level for some of these vitamins? Well, some vitamins, due to the way they're structured, aren't stored into the body but excreted through our urinary system. Since our bodies get rid of them with every bathroom break, we actually need to be more careful of getting enough of them every day than getting too much. So eat well, enjoy what you eat,